Had some baked sweet potato. That was pretty good.
Live from the O'Hara Construction Studio in downtown Jackson. It's the Bart Hawley Show. I'm David Rice, inviting you to join Bart and his guests. From the Jackson County Office of the Sheriff, Sheriff Gary Schutte and Under-Sheriff Chris Simpson. From Henry Ford Jackson, Milk Bank Manager Aaron McGreal Miller. Lean Rocket local fellows from Five Forks Bakery, Mallory Vredeveld and Madison Husted. Owner of Stoyana's Ice Cream and Catering, Sierra Stoyanovich. And from Area 19 Special Olympics, Randy Coleman, with from Federation Cornhole, Tim Schifflin. And now, here's Bart.
Thank you very much, David Rice, and good afternoon. Nice to see you today. Thank you for spending some time with us on kind of a humid Tuesday afternoon, 69. We won't be getting much warmer than where we are right now, and it could get wetter this afternoon. There's a chance of rain and even a thunderstorm. The Weather Service doesn't think we'll get any severe weather, but by 5 or 6 o'clock along I-94, areas of showers expected to redevelop. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high of 71 after a night of scattered showers. A chance of showers Thursday with a high of 76. Friday, showers again. Likelier later in the day. Friday's high 73, and for both days of the weekend there is rain in the forecast, but anything can happen and everything can change. Highs this coming weekend in the mid to upper 70s. And that is it. Our weather forecast from Kelly Express. Kelly Express reminds you that as you're planning your summer getaway, plan to stop at Kelly Express. First, load up the car with all kinds of great snacks and drinks, and they've got great specials on your favorites. And the pizza special this month at Jefferson Road, Napoleon, Grass Lake, South Street, and County Farm is a large Supreme Pizza, $17.99. It's awesome at Kelly Express. Let's look outside and see that haze. That is our humidity. And a lot more green. We have, according to everybody who is monitoring the agronomics, an earlier bloom for spring for trees, flowers, plants, and more. By some estimates, 1 to 2 weeks ahead of schedule.
Wow.
Due to our shorter winter. The date is the 14th of May, or almost halfway through the month, and we are celebrating today a number of inconsequential holidays like Dance Like a Chicken Day. Brandon, you want to?
That's why I was doing that earlier. That's why I was dancing like a chicken.
Buttermilk Biscuit Day, the Stars and Stripes Forever Day, and National Brioche Day, a fancy word for bread. On this day in 1796, the first smallpox vaccine was administered, and it was to an 8-year-old boy. Now, today, yeah, it's like, where's parents? Oh, thank you. Okay, because at the time, they were using material from a cowpox lesion. Hey, we want to inject this stuff into your kid, and it's from a lesion, of actually a cow. Would that be all right? But it worked. And the word vaccine actually comes from the Latin for cow. On this day in 1973, Skylab first launched, America's first space station. It beat International Space Station. Skylab went up. There was no one on it. And then 11 days later, 3 U.S. astronauts made a visit, and they fixed a jammed solar panel. On this day in 1804, Meriwether Lewis and William Clark's expedition set out from St. Louis for the Pacific coast. Thomas Jefferson gave them the assignment, and the Lewis and Clark expedition was born. 1998, Seinfeld's final 2-part episode, the finale, aired on NBC. 76 million people watched the finale of Seinfeld, and the commercials back then priced at $2 million for 30-second spot, and today that money would be how much?
Have you seen
I don't
Unfrosted yet?
No, I've not seen Frosted yet because
Unfrosted.
I have a plan for Unfrosted, and I wish Jerry Seinfeld, I wish the media would stop covering him.
I thought you loved Jerry Seinfeld.
I love Jerry Seinfeld. I don't want to read about him. Just let him live.
Okay.
No, he was actually made a cameo appearance on Saturday Night Live a couple weeks ago as most overexposed media personality. But he's been giving commencement speeches and interviews. But no, I've not seen it because I had to get a box of unfrosted strawberry Pop-Tarts to have in the house when we watched Unfrosted, because I have a feeling that I'll want to eat a Pop-Tart during the movie. Would you say that would happen because Brandon watched the movie and he provided mixed reviews, which I didn't appreciate?
I said it's all right. It was okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would have a Pop-Tart. Why not?
Were you craving one?
No.
I'm like Jerry Seinfeld. I love the Pop-Tart. I loved it when they were invented. I couldn't believe it. And back when they were invented, they were way better than they are today. Today they are more like cardboard, but when they first came out, they were awesome. Apparently you can make your own Pop-Tarts. There's all these recipes all over the internet where you can make your own homemade Pop-Tart. Maybe I'll try that. So anyway, long answer to your short question.
Moving on.
No, not seen it yet, but we do have the Pop-Tarts, so we're ready to watch it. And on this day in 1967, New York Yankee Mickey Mantle hit his career home run number 500 off the Baltimore Orioles' Stu Miller, 1967. Now today in the J, brought to you by Experience Jackson, and the list is short as we see the beautiful lilacs, which are in now full bloom all throughout the area. We have just one thing today, and it is an Alzheimer's support group happening at the Vista Grand Villa, and you're welcome to go from 4:30 to 5:30. It's a monthly support group for those who are caring for a loved one with dementia or Alzheimer's. Very valuable hour. Pam Reese, nurse educator, runs this, and they do this frequently at Vista Grand Villa. And that's it. Today in the J, presented by Experience Jackson. One thing for tomorrow I'll tell you about, so you can plan the Grass Lake Farmers Market, Music in the Park. The Music in the Park features Mike Lee, 6:30 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday night at downtown Grass Lake. Yesterday, Jackson College unveiled its new air station. This is an incredible facility. It's an inflatable air dome that measures 120 feet by 330 feet. Jackson College President Dr. Dan Phelan presided over the ceremony that introduced to the community this air station. It has a rubberized floor. I looked for a seam. I couldn't find one. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's poured and then it's shaved, polished, and then sealed. It has 4 basketball courts, 4 volleyball courts, 6 pickleball courts, 2 tennis courts, and a walking track. And they can all be used all at the same time. It's unbelievable. You're invited to check it out. It will be open for community use and student use as well. And President Phelan told us all about the new air station. Jackson College President Dr. Dan Phelan presiding over the grand opening and ribbon cutting of the Jets Air Station. Congratulations, Dan.
Well, thank you, Bart. This is such an exciting opportunity for us. It allows us to be able to expand our relevance not only to our students, but also to the community. So in addition to all the great things that can happen in here, from pickleball to basketball to tennis to fill in the blank, we also have a walking trail on the outside, as a matter of fact. We also want to invite the community in to be able to participate, especially in the wintertime. This is air conditioned for summer and it's heated for winter, so it's a really unique and multifunctional facility.
It's way more than I pictured. I pictured a tent-like structure, but it's very permanent, obviously,
Yes.
and it does kind of remind you of the Silver Dome.
Well, it does. It does have that flair to it. It's 40,000 square feet, all under a single inflated roof, and we have indoor restrooms, we have indoor concessions, and we also have a check-in space. And also, as a part of the facility for setup for like community events, we can actually have a pickup loaded up with chairs or whatever and be able to move that through the airlock, as well as individuals with limited mobility, a special interest for them, and then the general population. So it has lots of aspects of major air domes that you would see around the country, but this is for us an exciting opportunity that we think better serves our students as well as our community.
It's huge, obviously a huge project. What were the steps as part of your vision to what this campus looks like to get to this date today?
I appreciate that question. In 2001, when I came to campus, we're actually standing where there used to be tennis courts, but there were trees going up through there and roots and corroded pipes and all kinds of asphalt that was heaving. And I just looked at that and I thought, I don't know what the demand is for tennis, but that kind of stayed in my mind, and I was thinking over the years, it would be nice if we have some kind of way to use that space. So the ground had been built up. And at one point I just envisioned, after seeing a number of times of being in air stations, that we could create a year-round multi-purpose facility principally focused on athletics and kind of those co-curricular experiences for our campus. So it became clear to me that this would be a perfect building site, given that we already had that there. So we hold off the old asphalt and the trees, of course, and all the root systems. And then we brought in the concrete and built it up. And we wanted to make a facility that really recognized all the different varieties of sports that we have on campus as an important co-curricular experience, but also it was important for us to think about community. We really are trying to make sure the community is really clear about the fact that we're their community college, that in addition to having college credit programming and non-credit programming, there's all kinds of things that we can do with the community. And so partnering with different leagues in the community, having events out here, maybe celebrations, chamber events, those kinds of things we can do at this facility. So this is really about an expression of serving students in new ways as well as our community.
Tell me a little bit about the design, because it has an aeronautical feel to it. There's some touches here that, well, like there's the countdown, the clock looks like a countdown clock at Mission Control.
Yeah, exactly right. So our mascot, is Jax, the pilot, and then of course our teams are the Jets. So we continue to feature that theme throughout the whole of the institution. So the Jets Air Station is a way for us to think about how we carry that aeronautical theme back, and of course launching. And if you go into other buildings, you'll see runway lines and those kinds of things across campus. So we're really trying to just develop that brand across the whole of the institution. And you're a very astute person, so you picked it up right away, that we try to carry that theme into this facility as well.
On campus the last couple of weeks, I've noticed athletes from the baseball and softball teams bringing their parents over here, bringing them through the baseball and softball complex. They're very excited to show off the school and the facilities that they're using.
Sure. Well, I was just talking with Coach Rick Smith a little bit ago, and this kind of a facility, the new sports facilities we have for baseball and softball, as well as the whole of the campus, is really a great recruiting tool. And when you think about students have options, they can go online. Many students are thinking that they need to really have one-on-one connection again with teachers and other students. So what kind of a facility would they want to go to? So we make sure that we're academically focused, we're also career and vocational focused, and create facilities that not only recruit students to our institution, but retain them. And so as parents are thinking about their pocketbook and what they want to spend on higher education, why not start here at home? Why not start, if you live over in Chelsea, come on over here. If you live over in Parma, come on over here. You live in Adrian, come on over here.
I was talking to the baseball player from Tecumseh,
Oh, yes.
who was contemplating where his next move is. He's got 3 schools he's considering, but he said his first choice would be to stay at Jackson College for another year or 2.
Absolutely, and so when Rick and the other coaching staff are bringing in students and their parents, I mean it's very much like a signing ceremony too, where we get them here, they review the facilities, we actually sign them, we have the backgrounds, we make a big deal of it because it's important to the family, to the students certainly, and to our institution as well. We want to celebrate the athletes coming to us. Obviously, we're looking to build a name as a athletic organization that is really committed to not only the athletic experience, but also the academic experience. All of our athletes, I think our GPA, if I get this right, is about 3.3 overall for all athletes, all sports. And the fact that we also have housing on campus, to your point about there's so many things we need to map, we're distinctive in that we have student housing and we can bring on 400 students, so that's a great benefit. But then also the recent opening of the Astronomical Observatory, for example. Again, distinctiveness. You have the Northern Lights, which we just had last week, so here we have a whole bunch of people coming out and wanting to get onto the telescope and see what's happening with Northern Lights. And with the second largest telescope in the state of Michigan, I mean, that is distinctive. To have this at a community college, that's distinctive. And so we want our community to be proud, the citizens to be proud, and most certainly our students to be proud.
Yeah, great timing on the Northern Lights.
We did that by design. We just figured we had got connections with the sun. We just made that all happen.
Well, congratulations. The place looks beautiful.
Thank you, Bart. Thank you so much for being out here. We really appreciate JTV's support.
Thanks, producer Adam Bragenzer, for that video. And the pickleballs were handed out as souvenirs of the new Jet Air Station, and they had pickleball paddles and balls ready to go for anybody that wanted to play some ball. Speaking of, nice catch. Speaking of Jackson College sports, the baseball team headed for the Region 12 baseball tournament, and they're hosting the tournament starting Thursday. You're invited to come out and cheer on the Jets. They face Grand Rapids in the opening game Thursday at 11, and then Kalamazoo Valley at 2:30. There will be a consolation game at 6 for elimination game, then more games on Fridays. Come on out. There's a refreshment stand with hot dogs and popcorn and all of the great ballpark snacks at Jackson College. Last night, the Jackson Area Manufacturers Association presented their annual awards, the 87th annual dinner, honoring organizations and individuals for their contributions to the greater Jackson manufacturing community. There's Jacob Sponsler presenting Tim Levy with the Manufacturer of the Year Award. Tim and Industrial Steel Treating marking its 80th anniversary. 3 generations of Levy's leading the helm, and the patriarch Bernard Levy was in attendance to be honored as well. Congratulations, Jacob Sponsler from Orbit Forum. We had a couple of award winners that weren't able to be in attendance, but they had representatives collecting the hardware for them, including Apprentice of the Year Sandy Stankiewicz from Tech Manufacturing. Also, the Student of the Year, Brock Davidson, couldn't be in attendance. He's at East Jackson and Washington Community College, also works at Lomar when his college is not in session. Other honorees were the Peter F. Hurst Innovator of the Year Award, Brandon Markin and Ken Seneff. Ken on the left, and that is Karen Farr from Eaton making the presentation. Both Brandon and Ken drew inspiration from Peter Hurst's story to create an organization, the Lean Rocket Lab, celebrating 5 years. Andy Hawley from JTV presenting the first ever Association of the Year Award, Associate Member of the Year, presented to True Community Credit Union, a brand new collaboration between JTV and JAMA. Also unable to be there last night was the, let's see, who else do we have? Laura, the Educator of the Year, Laura Wright, serving as Educator of the Year. And she works at Technique, and she's responsible, she's in Human Resources, she's responsible for the education of all the team at Technique. And the Heritage Hall of Fame Award presented to Greg Walker on behalf of Harry Walker from Modern Machine Tool. Greg couldn't be there last night, but Joe Sorensen handing over the gavel of the chairmanship. Thanks to everyone who worked so hard putting on a great event last night. And David Girding from Commonwealth Commerce Center, CCC Catering, after serving several hundred on Sunday for Mother's Day, turned around and put on a great dinner for several hundred last night at the beautiful American One Event Center at Keeley Park. Yesterday, it was signing day at the Jackson Area Career Center. It's the time of year where schools celebrate their graduates as they move on to the next phase of their lives. And typical now, this time of year, is to make announcements and celebrate the next step for students, whether it be college, the military, a career. And at senior celebration at the Jackson Area Career Center, 2 groups, the morning and the afternoon groups, announced their intentions, and family members and friends were there, as some actually signed, made their commitments. Many headed to areas far and wide, but many also staying right here in Jackson, starting their career in their hometown. So congratulations to all the students, members of the class of 2024. You can see more photos from senior celebration, the Jets Air Station, the JAMA annual dinner, and more online in the Orthopedic Rehab Specialist photo galleries at jtv.tv. Well, it's National Hospital Week, and today we salute our hospital, Henry Ford Jackson Hospital and Henry Ford Health.
I'm in Ross St. Brown. Nice to meet you.
Oh yeah, that's him, man. That's you?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Russ.
Nice to meet you, man.
Is that really you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. to the heart and soul of this organization. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, for taking great care of our community. We want to thank Tri-County Water for great water in the green room each day, their fine water, and their great service since 1966, Tri-County Water. Our sponsor of the day today, and we salute one of our great sponsors every day, and today it is IEP Urgent Care, the doctors and clinical team and the support staff at IEP Urgent Care. They've really changed how urgent care is viewed here in our community with the incredible service they provide. They see thousands every week on East Michigan Avenue, and IEP also provides the great emergency physicians in the ER at Henry Ford. Thank you, IEP Urgent Care. Well, it's Police Week, and today we have two members of the team of first responders that take care of us. The leadership of the Jackson County Sheriff's Department, we have Sheriff Gary Schutte and Under Sheriff Chris Simpson. They're joining us in just moments. Also today from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital, the manager of the Milk Bank, Aaron McGreal Miller. From Five Forks Bakery, two of the fellows of Lean Rocket Local, Mallory Fredveld and Madison Houston. Sierra Stojanovic from Stoyana's Ice Cream and Catering will be here, keeping our fingers crossed for what?
We're hoping.
And Randy Coleman from Area 19 Special Olympics, they're doing a barbecue thing and a cornhole thing. So Randy's bringing with him Tim Shufflin from Federation Cornhole. All this and more here today on JTV. Thanks for fitting us into your schedule today. We appreciate it. And we get started right after this.